I found the Instagram post by accident. My daughter Emma, 23 years old, standing in front of the Eiffel Tower with a woman who had her exact smile. The caption made my blood run cold. Finally found my real mom. 20 years later, but worth the wait. Love you, Catherine 2 hearts. Real mom. I'd raised Emma since she was 3. Adopted her after her biological mother lost custody to drugs. I was there for every nightmare, every scraped knee, every graduation. I was her mother. I scrolled through Emma's profile with shaking hands. Post after post I'd never seen. Emma in a new Mercedes. Emma in designer clothes. Emma at expensive restaurants. Always with Catherine. Always with captions about real family and making up for lost time. The comments were worse. Strangers congratulating Emma on finding her birth mom. Friends I'd known for years liking these posts, celebrating this reunion like it was some beautiful miracle. No one mentioned me. It was like I'd been erased. I called Emma 17 times. She didn't answer. Finally, she texted back, "I need space from you right now." Catherine explained everything about the adoption. "I know what you did." What I did? I'd loved her. I'd saved her. But I didn't know the truth yet. I didn't know why Catherine had really come back after 20 years. And when I found out, it would destroy everything. Emma showed up 3 days later to get more of her things.
She wouldn't look at me.
"What did Catherine tell you?" I asked, standing in the doorway of her old bedroom. "That you paid off social workers to rush the adoption." Emma's voice was flat. That she was trying to get clean, but you convinced them to terminate her rights before she had a real chance. That's not true. Emma, she had 2 years. Stop. Emma finally looked at me, and her eyes were cold. Catherine showed me documents. Legal papers. I've seen the proof. My stomach dropped. What documents? The accusation hit like a physical blow. I'd spent 3 years trying to have a baby before the miscarriages broke me. When Emma came into my life, scared and traumatized, I'd thought we'd saved each other. "Catherine abandoned you," I said quietly. "She chose drugs over you 19 times. That's how many chances she was given. She was sick. She was 20 years old and alone, and the system failed her." Emma grabbed a box of her things. "But you wouldn't understand that. You got exactly what you wanted." She left. Moved in with Catherine full-time. For 2 months, I heard nothing. Then Emma's best friend Lauren called me, crying. "Mrs. Harrison, something's wrong. Emma's different. Catherine controls everything. Who she sees, where she goes."
"And the money?"
"Catherine's boyfriend is paying for everything. It feels wrong." I hired a private investigator that same day. The investigator's report came back in 72 hours. Catherine Miller, 7 years sober, currently unemployed, living with boyfriend Richard Carmichael, age 58, net worth $47 million. Richard had no children, terminal heart condition, recently updated his will. And here was the part that made me sick. Richard's new will included a $20 million trust for Catherine's daughter Emma Harrison as demonstration of family reconciliation. Catherine hadn't come back for Emma. She'd come back for Richard's money. I sat in my car outside Catherine's building, reading that report over and over. My daughter was being used as a prop in a con. Catherine had probably shown Emma forged documents, fed her lies, all to create this perfect reunion story for Richard to witness before he died. I called Emma. No answer. I texted her the truth about Richard's will. She blocked my number. So I did something desperate. I went to Catherine directly. I found her at a spa, getting her nails done. When I sat down next to her, she didn't even pretend to be surprised.
"Sarah."
"How nice." Her voice dripped with false warmth. "I know about Richard's will." Catherine examined her cuticles. "I don't know what you're talking about. 20 million for Emma. You're using my daughter to secure your future." Now she looked at me, and her eyes were snake cold.
"Emma shows me.
She loves me. You need to accept that. She loves a lie. Those documents you showed her are fake." Catherine smiled. "Prove it. Go ahead, try to convince her." She'll just think you're jealous and desperate. She leaned closer. I can give Emma everything you never could. By the time she figures out what's happening, if she ever does, she'll be too invested to walk away. That's how this works, Sarah. Money makes people forget their principles. She'll see through you eventually. Maybe. But by then, I'll have what I need. Catherine stood up, dropping cash on the counter. Face it. You lost. I'm her real mother, and she knows it now. I sat there long after she left, feeling like I'd been hollowed out. Catherine was right. Emma was too deep in this fantasy to see the truth. I'd lost my daughter. But then, 3 months later, everything changed. And it changed because Catherine made one critical mistake. She underestimated who Emma really was. The call came at 2:47 a.m. Mom, Emma's voice was barely a whisper. Can you come get me? I was dressed and in the car in 90 seconds. Emma gave me an address, a hotel downtown, not Catherine's apartment. I found her sitting on the curb, mascara streaked, shaking. What happened? Emma couldn't speak at first. Just sobbed into my shoulder like she used to when she was little. Finally, the words came out. Richard had died. Heart attack, 2 weeks ago. Emma had been devastated. She genuinely liked him. But Catherine's reaction had been ice cold.
No grief.
Just meetings with lawyers. Tonight, Emma had heard Catherine on the phone with her attorney. Richard had changed his will again right before he died. Cut Catherine out almost entirely. Left most of his money to charity. There was a small trust for Emma, $200,000, but nothing close to what Catherine expected. And Catherine had lost it. Screamed at Emma that she'd failed. That Emma was useless to her. That the whole reunion had been a waste of time. She said she wished she'd never found me, Emma whispered. She said I was a disappointment. That she should have left me with you. The pathetic woman desperate enough to take someone else's broken kid. My heart shattered. The document she showed me, Emma continued, her voice breaking. I found them in her desk tonight. They were fake. She'd paid someone to create them. Everything she told me was a lie.
She didn't want me.
She wanted Richard's money, and I was just the prop she needed. I held my daughter while she cried. For the mother she'd wanted Catherine to be. For the fantasy she'd believed. For the time she'd lost with me. I'm so sorry, Emma said. For everything. For believing her. For the things I said to you. You were always my real mom, and I was too stupid to see it. You weren't stupid. You were hopeful. That's different. We drove home in silence. David was waiting on the porch. Lauren had called him. He wrapped both of us in a hug and asked no questions. Emma stayed with us for 3 weeks, barely leaving her room. Catherine sent 47 text messages, each one more manipulative than the last. Blaming Emma for Richard's will change. Saying Emma had destroyed their chance at a real relationship. Calling me a poisonous influence. Emma blocked her after message 47. She still doesn't get it, Emma said one morning over coffee. She still thinks I was something she owned. Something she could use. Some people don't know how to love, I said gently. But you do. Emma reached across the table and took my hand. You loved me when I was broken. When I had nightmares every night and wouldn't let anyone touch me. When I screamed that I hated you during my teenage years. When I called another woman my real mom and threw away 20 years like they meant nothing. You never stopped loving me. That's what mothers do.
No.
Emma's eyes filled with tears. That's what you do. Catherine gave birth to me. But you're my mother. You always were. It's been 8 months now. Emma's back in therapy, processing everything. We have coffee every Sunday morning again. She's seeing someone new, a good person who knows the whole story and loves her anyway. Last week was Mother's Day. Emma gave me a gift, a necklace with 2 birthstones. Hers and mine. What's this? I asked. The day you adopted me, Emma said. That's my real birthday. The day I got my real mom. Catherine sent one final email last month. A bitter, rage-filled rant about how we destroyed her life, poisoned her daughter against her, stolen her chance at happiness. Emma read it once, then deleted it. She still thinks she lost something that belonged to her, she said quietly. But I was never hers to lose. If this story touched you, if you've ever felt replaced or forgotten by someone you loved, please share it. Sometimes the people who fight quietest for us are the ones who deserve us most. And sometimes, love that asks for nothing is the only love that lasts. I learned that biology doesn't make you a mother. Showing up does. Staying does. Loving someone even when they break your heart. My daughter came back to me, not because I forced her, but because real love always reveals itself eventually. And fake love, no matter how expensive, always shows its true face in the end. Fake love always shows its price tag. Real love just shows up. Every time. If you know which is which, subscribe. Like if you cried. Share this truth. Comment your story below.